We go in.
Cutter starts off at the beginning of Series 1 as somebody who lost his wife 8 years ago and has never really forgotten about that or been able to dismiss it because she's never been found, any of those things. And so he's just buried himself in science in his work, kind of traveling around the globe, looking for anything Darwin might have missed.
It's the Sarcopterygian. There's no trace of them in the fossil record for 70 million years, and then suddenly one of them just pops up in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Totally inexplicable in modern evolutionary terms. See, Darwin provides most of the answers. It's the pieces that don't fit that interest me.
When these anomalies start to happen, it's like Christmas.
Maybe it's happened before, in which case every single thing we thought we knew about the universe is wrong. Or this is the first time, in which case, what changed? What happens next? Believe me, it's very, very far from over.
And then, of course, there's a thing of finding out that not only does his wife come back, she's not dead, but she's kind of back, unapologetic, with her own agenda and no explanations.
Why didn't you come back?
What are you really upset about, Nick? That I stayed away? Or that I didn't tell you what I was doing?
I'm not upset, Helen. I just don't know who you are anymore.
And then it's just been a discovery of trying to find out why these things happen, to try and explain this kind of scientific phenomenon, and I never really get there.
Claudia tells me you have an explanation.
A theory. The boy's experience proves that there's a concrete landscape on the other side of the anomaly. And I think it's the Earth many millions of years ago.
And this anomaly, as you call it, is a door between time zones in the world's history?
There's 6 of us who arrived on set on the first day, and we didn't know one another, and we were all kind of going up, you know, we all had our own kind of nerves about different things. And you have to kind of find what your role is within a group. But by the time we got kind of halfway through the first series, it was kind of pretty much set as to how the group dynamic was working. And I think it's worked out very well, actually.
Go back to college, get on with your work. I'll find you another supervisor.
Just as much to blame as he is.
Just as stupid, maybe. But you didn't shut your mouth off and you'll still get skills I can use. You stay.
The very first episode I really liked, just purely because I remember how I felt then. That first week that we had in Black Park, where we first found Rex, was very funny because it was night shoots and it just rained and was cold and was damp. But I kind of remember the very first setup that we had was us running up to a spot, and this anomaly was supposed to be between 2 trees that this was the first time that we'd seen these things, and it was the very first shot that we did. But I just remember the kind of anticipation of that, because I think we were all so excited with torches, and it just looked fantastic.
Where's it gone?
Home.
Episode 3, when we go as the underwater anomaly. And I loved that just because I got to go and dive and shoot at the underwater stage in Pinewood. That's one of the great advantages of being an actor, is that you get a chance to go, you get paid to go and learn new stuff. Acting kind of puts you in situations where you go, you have to learn to do this because you're going to be doing it and you have to look like you know what you're doing. The scene in the first series where Cutter finds Helen swimming, you know, luxuriantly in this kind of little pool was in La Palma. And La Palma is like a little kind of geological miracle in that the island is made up of 2 volcanoes, one which is dormant and one which is still active. It was amazing to be 6,500 feet up on the rim of a volcano in somewhere that looks like it could be millions and millions and millions of years ago, because, you know, it's just all black ash, 6,500 feet up. You get a feeling of being in another world entirely. And there was no acting required when we came to shoot scenes like that. You just kind of look around you. It was perfect. I thought episode 4, when the dodos came through, and when Connor's mate got this thing inside him was a much more kind of touching human story. You know, it wasn't so much about the bugs and monsters. It was about, you know, friendship and naivety and you know, loss and all that kind of stuff, and between friends, and it was very touching. And I thought that was a great story.
They tried to take me over, but I fought them, God. I fought them. You did a really good job.
The Future Predator, I think, was a great creation.
You have a serious creature incursion. A highly evolved ambush predator. Intelligent, adaptable, and ruthless.
It was risky, because you kind of think, oh, God, really, we're going to make something up? What is it going to have? You know, they're going to have teeth in its bum or what? Do you know what I mean? But they came up with something that was just fabulous. And I think it's probably, you know, if you were to ask the kids, I think it's probably their favourite thing that, in both of the series. We proved ourselves in the first series, and also we had an audience that liked what we did. And also I think it was ambition, because there's no point in being lazy about something. You know, if you've got something, the idea is to make it better. Suddenly, you know, the locations that we got just kind of, the production values went through the roof, which is always great for us. You know, as well as for an audience to watch, it's also good for us actors, because we kind of feel like we're doing something right. I thought that, you know, the idea of having a woolly mammoth on the M25 was great, just as an idea. I enjoyed 7 just because the kind of tension, also the tension of the series was kind of ratcheting up then, you know, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed running around firing guns, which I know isn't probably the most grown-up thing to enjoy a 42-year-old man, but nevertheless, I still got a blast out of it.
I've had enough of this.
Diving off a boat into the Thames, I don't know how to dive, and I don't swim very well. But all I knew is just to try and keep your arms straight and stop your legs going like that, and it should look reasonably okay. And all this is going through your head while they're going, okay, turn over, and, you know, action. Just all thought kind of goes out your head, and you just go, just jump and hope.
I can't see her!
My idea of heroism is ordinary people doing extraordinary things, which is what I wanted these people to be.
Follow me. Whatever you do, stay out of the fog.
What are those things?
They're worms. They're just a little bit less friendly than the ones in your garden. Right? Come on.